I'm not denying your humanity if you are a transgender person. I am saying that you are not the sex to which you claim to be. You're still a human being, and you're a human being with an issue that I wish you Godspeed in dealing with in whatever way you see fit. But if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place? They can't just
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts. Because this is a very because for all of human history, boy meant boy and girl meant girl.
And white women is not even your biggest competition anymore, black ladies, for your black men. Your biggest competition now is the world. You're competing with the world for a black man. See, not all you black women, but some of you black women have told black men that they're trash, that they're not good enough, that they're not worthy of your love and your submission and cooperation and inspiration. So these men have decided, okay, I'll go where I'm appreciated. I just had someone on a live the other day, a black lady, tell a black man that $60,000 that he earns annually is not enough to even support himself, let alone a family. When families, and most people have two incomes in the household, make $71,000 on average in the United States of America. Now, that's why the Passport Bros movement is so big. Just think what a black man can do with that type of money in Brazil, Colombia, the Philippines, or Thailand.
What I need you to do is turn down the diva energy because it's not helping you.
Now you're trying to have diva energy?
Yes.
Oh,
because
wow.
you got this energy like, well, you're mean and you're this and that. I'm like, well, you're the one that called in and said, hey, I'm having problems attracting non-weak men.
Correct.
And I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm like, well, you attract what you are. Ooh. So do I. We all attract what we are. So, ma'am, listen and turn down the diva energy. At 5'4", 180 pounds, you weigh more than a man at your height. The average American male is 5'10" and 168 pounds. Seriously, ma'am, if we height weight adjusted you, you will be the size of an offensive or defensive lineman.
So the thing is, yeah, women get in their feelings. They want to start saying, oh, these older men that dating younger women, oh, they want to manipulate them. They want to do this. You know what they're doing? They're trying to make the game fair. The game has never been fair because when we was younger and you was dating the older guys, it wasn't fair. We had to watch you jumping into those whips, watch you doing all these things. So now it's older and you're outside. The problem is when you're 30s and you're out in the outside the festivals, the brunches, you're directly competing with the women in the 20s now. And you expect the men in their 30s to just take you just because, no, it doesn't work like that. So what you've done is you've wasted your prime youth. So if you don't want to be one of these women complaining about it's not fair, I suggest you use your 18 to 28 to secure the guy you want to be with, build with him, and then get on out of here. Because if you're out here in your 30s, all you're going to get is get your back blown out.
Nah, but you know what, though?
Just leave him.
I'll give the three of y'all a bonus.
If I call my girl right now and say, I want half of the rent?
Nah, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to do it too.
Hi.
I need you to pay a couple dollars to my rent next month.
If you ever needed money, I would give it to you. We don't have to even go there. I'm not a broke bitch. I got you. Don't worry about it.
I'm that nigga, man.
Hey.
Hey, for the next couple months, we need you to pay half of the mortgage.
That's not a problem.
I want my money.
I just had that talk before.
Hi, Linky, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, yo, listen.
Mad as hell, this nigga cool.
I'm gonna need you to help me pay the car note.
Why? What happened? Hello?
If you could, I need you to help me out with some of these bills I got next month.
Maybe the next few months.
All right.
You put the just next month.
Mel, don't worry. One day you have somebody to call to.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Why do you think women get paid less than men for the same jobs?
Girls don't work as hard as the boys.
What are they doing instead
W girl.
of hard?
Doing other stuff.
Like what kind of other stuff?
texting and running on the track? Well, probably because women care about shopping more than
Let's go.
And so you think that they're kind of slacking off at work, shopping online, and that's, yeah?
If the person you're with is someone you respect, who you believe has a great heart and a great soul, as good a heart and soul that you will ever find, don't ever leave them, because you won't find anyone better. So even if you have an argument or you have a fight, we all go through different moments in life. Stick it out, work at it, as long as that person is someone you respect, admire, and you are kindred spirits, because you won't find a better one.
We have not been successful. The white woman has not been successful in stopping the white man from having another woman. They call them a mistress. We pick up a lot of that terminology. But a man who has 2 women, that's not necessarily a mistress. That's just his other woman. Now we got 2 choices. We can be the woman or the other woman. We don't have but those 2. Now I know we don't like that. I don't like that. You know, but that's the reality of our life at some point. Now it's up to the man. But every man doesn't want 2 women, but those that do, they're going to do it.
What about our morals and our religion?
Whose religion? Whose morals? Not our religion, because we're not practicing the religion of black people anymore. That was taken from us. We don't have our morals anymore. That was taken from us. So whose idea are you representing when you stand up for those values? Not ours. Somebody else's. Some other nationality. And it may work for them. But it doesn't work for us. It hasn't worked for anybody, really, but nobody wants to deal with the truth. Monogamy was only created because of the economics of it.
Men are more valuable as we get older. Every man, every woman knows that. Every woman will sit here and go, yeah, well, I know a man who's older than me. Of course. But if I say it the other way around, I'm misogynistic. It's just the reality of the world. So then we have to go into the other point. The point is this. When you were at your peak value, you had 0 interest in monogamy. But then you find a man who's 35 at his peak value. He's finally struggled and worked, because when he was 19, no girl spoke to him. When he was 23, he was broke. When he was 24, he had no life experience. When he was 25, he couldn't fuck. He finally gets to the point where he's now at his peak value. Him at 35 is you when you were 19. And then you're sitting there saying to him, no, you should be monogamous. It's like, well, you fucking weren't. You did whatever you wanted in your peak. Now I'm finally got there. And I had to work for my shit. God and L'Oreal gave you. I had to fucking struggle. I had to go through hell to get on this yacht. You got on the yacht with an Instagram DM. I had to buy it. And now you're telling me I need to fucking settle down and behave and grow up? Fuck you.
Black women. So, why is it that black women do not like to compete when it comes to for their male or the partner? You know what I'm saying? They do not want to compete. And when I say this is an example of, you say you and someone, y'all kicking it, y'all talking and everything, and as soon as you find out that you're not the only girl he's talking to, or he let you know, I'm not gonna say y'all cut him off completely, but he's definitely knocked down on the list. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer on the top of the list for you anymore. So why don't y'all like to compete?
Damn, that is a good question, Lacey.
Well,
great
great
question.
Yeah, let me start. So I don't feel like it's a competition, and I don't feel like you're letting somebody have somebody. I feel like it's with the man, he'll choose. You know, like if we're out somewhere and it's me and my homegirl going to that part, I feel like as friends, I'd be like, oh, he fine. She'll be like, oh, he fine too.
We're gonna have a conversation.
We'll have a conversation first.
Did you like him on
you know?
But how do y'all know? Y'all don't know.
But
because we know.
What was somebody y'all both are interested in?
If this man go holler at her, okay, well then he went and hollered at her.
But what if he playing neutral? What if he a player partner? Like for instance, right? He know how to hold conversation. He know how to hold conversation with both y'all. He not only is he because he has charisma. Not even charisma. He's a people person. So even though that y'all both of y'all like him, and he can make you laugh, he make you laugh, but then he making the whole room laugh. So it's like no, he ain't no choosing. So what y'all gonna do now? Both of y'all like him. Why I'm putting all the pressure on him?
Whoever shoot they shot first is whoever shoot
there we
they
go.
shot
So again, there is no competition. Whoever shoots, like you said, whoever shoots they shot first, and the other one's gonna fall back. But what if that could have been your husband? What if that is your husband?
Gotta have somebody else.
I mean, it'll work itself.
You never find nobody else.
Okay,
lonely ever since.
So this is the problem. Wait.
God has somebody for everybody.
Okay, so check me out. So what y'all saying is, as I was saying, y'all don't want no competition. You don't want to compete, even if if it's not your friend, it's just random girl across the hall, whatever.
Because men compete.
You know, That's what That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Men
Well,
compete
I
for
mean,
women
me,
all
I
the
think
time.
Situation's a lot different now that
Y'all
I'm
compete
older. So
with each other over the same woman.
It's not. It's
But
not
the thing is,
competing.
no, it's gonna be.
Back
It
in the
is
day, it
competing.
was
It's not
But
competing as far as I want to hate
Back
on
in
him
the
or
day.
like.
Exactly.
It's not that type of competing.
Exactly.
But yeah, so
the competition is still going to be there.
we've
but
had girls,
it's,
bro.
It's,
It's
this is my
understood,
best friend.
right?
But y'all will,
Right. But
men
ain't
will
that
sleep with the
cock-blocking?
same
Don't
girl.
y'all
This is
Right.
true,
This is
but
true.
we're still
share a
we're still
girl.
talking about the competition. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Is
you
she
know
the
what?
baddest girl in the club? Is she the if it's a whole bunch of bad ones in there, then maybe we won't compete at that point. But say she's the baddest one in the club. Yeah, we compete.
Let me give you.
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense that people could be using that time to do other things. Like, you could be saving a life. You could be in a hospital saving a life.
I personally pay taxes, and I care about where my money goes. I'm not here to pay for so-and-so because there's a confusion about who's the father. That's not my business. Handle your personal shit. And for me, I want to fund schools. I want to fund the MTA because the trains are never on time. We got bigger problems. We have bigger problems. I'm sorry. I'm not paying for no mandatory test.
Let us understand why it's so selfish of you women who debate and argue against these mandatory paternity tests. Because we hear these stories time and time again. We see numerous clips of men presenting the DNA papers to their woman and say, hey, look, it's proof that I am not the father.
You are not.
He's lying. I'm the father of that baby, boss. Boss, I'm that baby's daddy. Out of Pappy.
I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child. Women do it all the time, whether you know or not. He might bring another child and say, oh, I had this out of our wedlock, what are we going to do? Or he's taking your money and paying child support to another family. You had no idea. So when we're just like jumping like, oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Hold on. It's already being done.
You could have been doing so many other things with your life. You could have been figuring your life out. I don't know, feeding pigeons. I don't know, doing anything. But you raising a kid that is not yours. I mean, if you had the option to know that was your kid and you wanted to raise that kid, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do that. But when you don't know, you're doing it out of the obligation or the mindset that this is my child. I'm going to raise him or her. I'm going to raise them up. I love them. This is my DNA. This is my blood. And then come to find out that's not your kid.
I mean, in all honesty, I think, with government, potentially passing a law to make DNA like a must, I think it works out for the best for everyone, in all honesty, because for a kid, I think the kid deserves to know who's their real mother and father. And if it's something that we start now, it's something that makes it an easier conversation down the road where it's not necessarily about trust, but it's just something that comes as a part of having a kid. I mean, you've already tested the baby to make sure that it's healthy. Why not test to make sure you understand who the parents are?
Subscribe to Smoking Talk.